All right, ladies, happy Tuesday. Happy International Women's Day. What is it? International Women's Day today. And we're just freaking baddies, and we already knew that. But the fact that we are all here on a Tuesday night after many of you worked full-time jobs, traveling, like whatever it was, you showed up here tonight. You show up for yourself every single day in some way, shape, or form. And you have decided to not only help yourself, but pay it forward and at least inspire other people by sharing your journey. And then also inviting them to join you and change their lives. So just wanted to say that really quickly, that I'm so grateful to get to be on this journey with all of you. And tonight we have our very own Alex, who was tonight's all about gut protocol, the 4-week gut protocol that's coming out next Tuesday. So 1 week from today. And Alex was fortunate enough to be in the test group and just wrapped up a couple weeks ago, actually. And she was able to get into the test group because she was a success starter. And this is really, really cool. It's a really interesting opportunity. I was also got to be a success starter along with, or was a success starter and got to be in a test group along with Annie for job 1. And in order to be a success starter, this is for our newer coaches and also veteran coaches, because they've made new requirements to be in a test group specifically. To be a success starter and get in a test group, you have to hit Success Club 4 out of the first 6 months that you sign as a coach. So if you are a brand new coach and you hit Success Club, that's Success Club 5 or higher, in the first 4 months out of 6, they don't have to be in a row, like consecutive. You can hit it and then not, and then hit, like, they just have to be 4 in the first 6 months. You get to be in a test group for a new program. Sometimes they're new product launches, but usually it's a program, like a workout program, or like this one was actually a nutrition and a workout program. And so to be a success starter and earn your free ticket to Summit, you only have to hit Success Club 3 months out of the first 6. But to get in a test group, you have to hit that 4th month now. The benefits of being in a test group, whether it's as a new coach or even as a veteran coach, and now they have star diamond requirements. So the first time you hit, I think it's 1 star or 2 star and 5 star, you can actually get into a test group that way. So, and I'll show you, I think I shared those new requirements in our team page a while ago, but I'll go back. It used to be something only for new coaches. So like, and when I was a new coach, they didn't have this opportunity. So I never had the opportunity until recently. And so it's a really, really amazing thing, because not only do you get to be the first person or some of the first 100 people to complete a program, you get the behind the scenes, you get to do it first, you get to be sharing and breadcrumbing. And a lot of people have transformed not only their lives with the program that they were attached to, but their businesses with being in a test group, if you really utilize it to your advantage. So I can't wait till it launches and we get to see what Alex gets to do with her amazing results and the story that she gets to share tonight. So before I turn it over to her to share and then kind of interview her and ask her some questions, I do want to make sure that you know, I posted in our Facebook page, I believe in our Facebook page, team page, as well as in our Success Club thread, that the sneak peek group is open for 4-week gut protocol. So if you are newer to our team or kind of how all this works, every time there is a new program, we do a couple-day sneak peek or an info group, whatever you want to call it, where the invite is super freaking easy, because all you're inviting to is, hey, do you want to check out the details of this group? It is not to purchase anything. It is literally, do you want to, and we created that Google Doc like we do every time and put a sample invite in there. It can even be way simpler than the invite that Laura created for you. But it is just inviting the heck out of people to get into this sneak peek, to learn all about the program. We're going to go over the plan overview, the workouts, the program, why you want to work, like why gut health is so important, what are the ins and outs of the program, the workouts, and then pricing, all the different packages people can choose from, pricing, and then we'll have the day that it launches, it's called Ring the Bell, and anybody that wants to purchase will post underneath that post and say what they want, and it's like, it goes really well. And then, so essentially the invite part where you're inviting to a challenge group and like having to talk money and packages and all that stuff in a private message is happening in this info group. Okay. Now, where the magic happens for you is you're still going to be privately messaging those people that you get in the info group to make sure they're checking. Have you seen the post? Have you seen the information? Can I answer any questions that maybe you haven't been answered in the group? So you're still following up and going back and forth, but the bulk of everything is happening in that info group. And I am going to be scheduling. I don't know why I air quoted because it's it's not false. I'm going to be scheduling all the posts ahead of time so that you just have to get in there. And what I love about it is I know we're going to learn from Alex tonight about the program, but I'm still learning myself about this program. So so none of us have ever done this program before. You can be in as a participant, but also as a coach, because remember, as a coach, all we're really doing is inviting people to join us on the journey. Some people have maybe been on the journey a little bit longer, but we're all still trying to figure it out. It's not like I'm the expert and I'm inviting you to come and do exactly what I do. No, you're just inviting people to join you. And I love when we have new programs that we've never done. So we really can walk arm in arm with our customers and our clients and do it with them and experience them with them at the same time. So, go out and invite like crazy right now to this info group. The talk on Beachbody Corporate and all of the top coaches in the roundtable they truly believe this launch is going to be up there with the launch of 21 Day Fix that revolutionized our business. And even with it being like, gut health, it's an elimination diet, right? Like we're going to be restricting things, which is not our normal messaging, but we're not restricting things or taking things out of our diet for weight loss. We are taking it out of our diet to figure out how our bodies best function and what suits our body, to give us information. So when we go back to our normal everyday lifestyle habits, we know what our bodies, our individual bodies like versus don't like. And so that's where we're switching that messaging. And I do think it's going to be incredible. And I am so, so excited. So before we move on to Alex and get into the nitty gritty, is there any questions about the hype group at this point? And if you can't think of any now, we'll come back at the end too. But get in the group yourself now. There's 2 posts up, the welcome post, what to expect, and an introduction post, and then just start inviting your people. And I said in our little SC thread, and I know not everybody's in that SC thread, if you want to get in that SC thread where a lot of behind the scenes help and conversation happens, let me know and I can add you. It's just a Facebook Messenger thread of all kinds of help, but it can feel overwhelming if you're not in there all the time and it's just a bunch of messages, but it is very, very valuable. It's not a requirement to be in there. I just forgot what I was going to say. Anyway, any questions on the info group before we move on? Okay. March challenge off to a great start already. Make sure you're in there, you're interacting, you're engaging, not even just with your people, but with all of the people in the group so that we can give everybody an amazing experience. I think with that, I'm going to turn it over to Alex. And so I want to do kind of an interview style. But first, what I'd like to have Alex do, and I asked you guys for questions the other night, is I would like Alex to kind of explain her overall experience with the 4-week gut protocol, kind of start to finish, maybe things she felt, just her story. I'm going to let her tell her story. And then based on that story and what she shares with us, then I will ask the questions that you guys asked me in the team page. And then if anybody has any extras, we will just kind of pepper her with questions and see if we can learn how much we can learn about this program before it launches next week. So Alex, take it away.
Awesome. Hi, guys. So first of all, I would say that my experience was next to none. Like, I can't imagine it being cooler than what it was. So I originally, when I found out kind of what my test group was going to be, I was a little bit kind of disappointed at first because I'm a workout junkie. Like, I was like, I wanted a 9-week hardcore workout program or something, and that's what I was really hoping for. And I found out it was more of a, gut protocol and nutrition plan, and so I kind of went into it like, I don't know, but the whole week, like leading up to it, Autumn really, we got to be in a bod group, and Autumn really just kind of let you know how it was going to be, and she made it super doable for you. Because at first, when I heard like cutting gluten, cutting dairy, cutting, just some things, I was really nervous because I like chips and salsa. I, dairy, I wasn't a big dairy eater, drinker, anything like that before, but I do like queso. So it was something that I was like, oh my gosh, this is going to be really hard. And, it is not the easiest to start off with, but it becomes something that is like second nature. I wasn't somebody who ate, gluten-free already. And that was probably something that was the hardest for me. Just to wrap my brain around like what gluten really was and kind of what it's in, because I had no idea. And I think that was my favorite thing that actually is eliminated. And I've kept it out since the test group because it feels awesome. Just to not feel like heavy, I think. And that's what I felt from gluten, was just kind of heavy. And then some of the other things that you eliminate are things that you don't need. Like Kelly was talking about alcohol and how it was making, how it makes us feel. And it's not really necessary to enjoy your life or have fun or whatever. So I wasn't really a big drinker, but I still didn't drink at all during this program, which just helped with everything else, like your sleep. My skin was something that I saw drastic change in. I don't wear makeup usually. And before, I struggled a lot with hormone acne. Like, my hormones are all out of whack and I would have acne pretty often. And obviously having acne is not fun. And then wearing a mask with acne made it, worse. And so getting to get everything clean started cleaning up my face, which then, made me more excited about not wearing makeup and, just being comfortable in my skin, which was really awesome because I tried lots of different things, on my skin, and this seemed to be the fix. It was what I was eating, which is crazy because you don't always realize it, but Autumn breaks down the science behind what you eat, and what you eat becomes everything that you are. Like, it is your hair, it is your skin, it is, it's everything. So aside from that, like, she talks about how your immune system is solely based on how your gut health is. So if your gut health is not well, your immune system isn't well. And if your gut health is well, you have a higher chance of fighting off different bacteria and infections and all kinds of things, just because your gut is already lined with the things that it's needed to fight off those, bad things you don't need. Another thing was a majority of your serotonin, I didn't know, comes from your gut health. So that was something that was super cool to me, because I felt, and I've always known that I feel good when I used to feel good when I would binge eat, or I would eat something that would make me happy. But that's kind of just society's trick in your head. Like, that's not true at all. And honestly, the past month and a half, I've probably been the happiest I've been in a while. And Kelly can kind of attest to this. But, the past 6 months have been really tough on me. But the past month has felt good. Aside from that, waking up has been my nemesis almost forever. I have to leave my house by 6:45 to get to work on time. So waking up early is super hard for me, but this recently like has been really easy. It's just been like one alarm and I'm up. And that's not me. Like I have to set like 10 alarms to get up. So that's really cool. That was something that I noticed very quickly. Was that my sleep, like once I fell asleep, I was not waking up. And when I woke up, I felt awesome. So, I'd wake up and come hang out with my dog and read and then, work out. And reading was something that had been kind of put on the back burner, or I would kind of do it at night while I was, watching TV because I wasn't making the time for it. But then I was like, why don't just I wake up 30 minutes earlier? And then doing this program kind of helped me wake up earlier. I know one question that someone was asking was just kind of how you would do it with a family. And honestly, I would just have my family do it. I don't have kids right now, but if I had kids, they would be eating like this with me. You just don't feed your children, like macaroni and cheese. Like you wouldn't feed that really to yourself. So, just find the supplement for it because you eat a ton of protein. You still eat a ton of vegetables. I love that. And you do eat carbs, you eat fruit, you eat all the things still, even though it seems like you're cutting so much, you're just cutting out the garbage. You're just cutting out the things that you don't need. And I know when I was getting closer to my 4th week and closer to the end, she has a route of reintroducing the foods into your diet to see how you feel. I haven't really reintroduced anything into my diet because I've really actually loved everything about it. My husband makes every single dinner, because he's not working right now. So he makes every dinner and they're all gut health approved, which is really awesome. Because I don't have to think about that. But aside from that, breakfast and lunch is not you have to eat them. And I would just meal prep. I'm a teacher and like I said, I wake up super early. So I would meal prep on Sunday and just make everything. So, a majority of being successful with the gut protocol is just being prepared, because the food is not something that you can just really run to the gas station or run to the Chick-fil-A up the road. It is really kind of hard to eat out, in my opinion, just because I would prefer to eat at home where I know what's in my food. This protocol's kind of made me a little bit of a freak about my food because I'm I don't know, if you go get it from a restaurant, you don't always know. But there were times that I did go out to eat, and I just kind of stuck to the basics of usually seafood of whatever, protein I was getting, and then quinoa, rice, those are great carbs for you, and then potatoes and sweet potatoes. So you can eat out and it's definitely doable. I didn't much, but you can definitely do it. Eating at home, honestly, started to get just way more fun. We were getting, the recipes and trying some of the things out. So that became more fun for me, but I loved my experience. This is going to be so fun for all of you guys to do because I felt good. And aside from losing weight, which was obviously great, but, I just don't feel heavy. I feel that's the word that I can really describe it as. When you feel bloated, you feel heavy, and that kind of went away really quickly. So that was awesome. It definitely made me keep eating like that.
Awesome. Well, I was already excited, which is super weird because I don't like to restrict things. It's just not my, I don't want to do that anymore. But again, I'm changing the messaging in my head that it's not restricting to lose weight or to be miserable. It's to learn about my body. I made an amazing recipe yesterday. It's a sausage sheet pan sweet potato hash, from 2B Mindset. And it had kale, red bell peppers, onions, chicken sausage, and that's it. And a sweet potato. And literally my stomach immediately after eating it, it was and I was what, what is it? And I think it's bell pepper. I think actually bell peppers I do have causes me gas and bloating and all these things. And it's am I not going to ever eat it? No, but I kind of want to know what foods do cause issue in my own body, because I didn't like the way I felt. And if I can keep it from, always feeling like that. I do want to ask, and it looks like Sarah had a question in the chat too, but so what what foods were eliminated? What were, you know, you said dairy and gluten. Was there anything else specific that was eliminated?
Yeah, so it's the gluten, dairy, corn, high processed soy. So like that's like your fake meat, you know, like your everything burger, things like that. You can eat tofu and tempeh, and then no alcohol, and then no artificial sweeteners.
Okay. Okay.
And I know somebody asked about eggs. Eggs is one thing that she talks about that you can kind of just kind of watch and see how your body does. If you know that you have kind of a sensitive stomach to eggs, don't eat them. But if you are usually fine with eggs, it's fine to eat them.
It's so interesting because eggs, I know so many people that have a sensitivity to eggs. And when I did a sensitivity test years ago, my highest one was egg whites. But I was like, how do you not eat egg white? Like, I was like, I eat eggs like every day, and I ate them every day and I didn't seem to have an issue. And now I still do. So it's weird. So many people have a sensitivity to eggs. So, I do know that Lisa had the question about Energize or are supplements other than the two new, or the ones, the Revitalize and the Optimize that go with this program. Do you know which supplements you are able to take of ours?
Yeah, so Autumn was pretty, it's funny because everybody was like, well, can I do this? And can I do this? And she got like pretty like, here's the deal. This is what it is. So you can do your 2 scoops of Energize, and you can do Shakeology. Other like no recover. I don't actually take hydrate, so I'm not 100% sure on it, but she like had the sugar content, but if it has any, it would be a no. Because when you do 2 scoops of Energize, it's 5 grams of sugar, and then your Shakeology is 5 grams of added sugar. So that equals your 10.
So you keep talking about added
So I was gonna say anything that I kind of like added sugar to, you can, it's in your teaspoons that she talks about. Like you can use honey, and then maple syrup.
Okay. So is there a certain, you keep talking about like added sugar, is there a certain amount of added sugar you have to stay under per day in your, like something like that?
Yeah, so you can only have 10 grams of added sugar a day.
Okay.
Yeah, and you get both of those if you drink Energize and Shake All. Like you get it all from those 2 things.
Right. And so when you got the plan, and I know test scripts can be different essentially sometimes from the actual program launch, but did you get, was it like, you know, like the ultimate reset? I don't know if you've done the ultimate reset, but it's like you get 3 weeks of laid out like breakfast, lunch, and this is exactly what you're eating. This is exactly how you make it and prep for it. Or was it more like you cut out these foods, you're following kind of portion fix, or did you get like meal plans or just recipes?
So there are not any meal plans. So it's basically just an altered version of portion fix.
Okay.
Can you hear me? Is my internet okay?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it's just an altered version of portion fix. So I eat in plan A, and I ate in plan A still with this one. The only thing that changes is like your amount of vegetables that you eat increases. And then your protein changes. It comes into like, it's 2 red containers. So you'll get like your animal protein and then like your protein from plants. And the other one are like beans and things like that. If you've watched my stories, I ate a lot of beans this past like month or whatever. And then the carbs change a little bit from like potato type carbs to quinoa rice type carbs.
Okay.
But yeah, it's not, there was only a few recipes that they gave us, so maybe there's going to be more. She did say that a lot of her like fixate recipes and everything on body are already kind of gut approved. So that I looked there and did a couple of recipes like from there, but mostly I just kind of laid it all out and started writing it out, because the other thing that she really wants you guys and everybody to do obviously is eat 30 plants a week, 30 different plants a week. So the the different plants got a little bit tricky, because but it's also kind of cool because you start to learn what you do like and what you don't like. Very quickly I learned there's a few vegetables. I'm like, this isn't happening. But yeah, that was kind of the hardest. And what I did was just kind of like do Monday, Wednesday, Friday the same meals, and then Tuesday, Thursday the same. So I would get kind of some different ones, or you could do like Monday through Wednesday, you know, and then Thursday, Friday. But yeah, 30 different plans was pretty fun to try to figure out. But yeah, like I know Sandy was asking some things that you would need at the grocery store, at like not maybe your typical one. I would just say kind of pay attention into the different plants. You can get a lot because, like, you know, there's herbs and there's different things that you can kind of mix in there. And then the other thing that she wants us to eat weekly is at least 3 servings of fermented food. I don't know how you guys feel about fermented food. I kind of just stuck to kombucha. I tried sauerkraut, couldn't get it down. So I know.
Oh, I love sauerkraut.
Well, then that'll be perfect for you because sauerkraut is a winner, but it did not work.
It. My husband makes amazing sauerkraut.
They do have a like a blueberry fermented food recipe on Fixate, I believe, right now already that you can, you know, you can use to make your blueberries. You have to make it in advance, but yeah, I just stuck to kombucha. It was pretty easy, and you know.
Which, because I'm assuming you had to have a specific brand of kombucha. So
I'll look, because it was like literally the least amount of sugar possible.
Right.
Also during this time, I didn't always drink energized. So like I kind of just like flip flop. So if I was going to have to drink sugar in the kombucha, I didn't drink energized. But yeah, it just.
Okay. Hold on, make sure. Where did it go? Sarah asked, how can you give us or how did you like the supplements? And I'm assuming she's talking about Revitalize and Optimize. Did you feel, where'd you go? Did you notice using those or anything? Like,
I mean, before starting the gut protocol, I kind of always dealt with a little bit of bathroom issues, as you would say, being like super regular. A lot of times on the weekends, like I would just not go to the bathroom, and then back on Monday, I would be normal again. That was not something that happened during this protocol. Like it was very regular. You actually get a little tracking sheet to track your poop, and what it looks like. And all that awesome stuff. So that's a fun tracker to print out as your poop chart. But just kind of charting like how your stomach reacts to just the different foods, which was really cool because I did get to like watch, you know, my gut release go from like not good to really good. And that's pretty cool if you're into poop. Like, cool.
I am so into poop, and it's really
right. Like, it's cool.
I like, do you not check your poop every time you go? And I'm like, oh, that was a good, like, that was like the S shape, and then, oh no, it was like, it's like, or it, like, I'm serious. Like, it is weird. I understand it's weird how much I care about my poop, but because I mean, 10 years ago, I'd go once every like 2 weeks. Like, I mean, I wouldn't go ever. And I just thought that was normal until I watched on Dr. Oz was on Oprah. This is a long time ago, clearly. And he talked about what healthy poop, like what your healthy bowel movements. I will never forget the S shape, you know, you have a nice little S, no, not broken, and good color and all that, you know. And so I'm always looking for that perfect S when I poop. So I'm excited about this.
Yeah, no, it's really cool. It honestly is, because like you can tell so much from your poop. Like,
oh my God, Annie, that's
your poor daughter.
I mean, she's like, what are you doing on those calls, Mom? Talking about poop. Talking about poop. I missed it. Oh, it's Lori asked if you could give us an example of plants. I would say probably weed is not one of them. But
that was not the plant that I was talking about.
Yeah.
But
this is what we talk about. Annie's daughter. I can't remember your name right now.
All right, now I'm blushing. Like just different, you know, like try some mushrooms. I tried a bunch of different types of lettuce. That was really cool because you can get a bunch of different lettuces, different fruits, mix in the different, you know, just some different things. I tried a bunch of new things. Like I tried parsnips. I tried beets over the time. So there's just like a bunch of different things. Like if you see something weird at the grocery store, grab it. It's kind of cool to figure out how to eat it. And sometimes it's good. Like I figured out that I like parsnips. I don't love beets, but I do like parsnips.
Awesome. Okay. Super cool. Okay. I already asked that. What foods are not limited? I'm trying to remember the other questions because I think it was energized. Oh, something about breastfeeding, which I don't know if you know if she talked about that. I think I did see there somebody asked that either in the Beachbody Champions page or something, and they and I don't know if you have an answer from her, but I have an answer if you don't.
I mean, it's probably the same thing. She went live kind of towards the end of the program. Basically, first of all, if anybody's pregnant, tell them to check with their doctor first, obviously. It should be okay for most people because it is like super healthy eating. It's
Right.
really, really good for you. It might be kind of tricky. She talked about for people in their first trimester, dealing with, morning sickness, what they can get down, stuff like that. So if somebody is trying to do it going through that time, just get in what you can get in. She did also say that during pregnancy, that you might experience more gas and like indigestion and skin problems and just like kind of some different bathroom issues, all those kinds of things, which sometimes could get confused with like your gut like that kind of thing, like with what you're eating, like this doesn't work because my stomach is more gassy. Doesn't always mean that it's the gut protocol. It might be because your body's changing and your hormones are changing. Everything's changing. Right. If they do choose to go with it, they would go with the portion fix plan for pregnancy and then kind of take like what if they're like whatever letter plan they're in, use that same plan for this.
Yeah, and that's I think that's kind of what I saw was along the lines of, because it's not a calorie deficit program, it's like a food eliminate like, and we know a lot of people cut out gluten or dairy in their diet regularly or are vegan or vegetarian, so it's like it's not a calorie deficit program. It's not to promote weight loss or anything where, you wouldn't want to be promoting weight loss in somebody that's pregnant. It's a food elimination. So yeah, I've always asked your doctor, but I know that question came up. Somebody asked actually about, well, breastfeeding too. And I don't know if she talked about that specifically, but I would assume because what you eat, your baby eats if you're breastfeeding. And so if you're eating an amazing diet of plants and vegetable, good protein and stuff, like you might need more calories just like you need of those good foods, but I wouldn't see why you couldn't do it while breastfeeding. You know what I mean? Because your baby's just gonna be really freaking healthy. And I know that like my sister, when she had my niece that's 14, she had to completely cut out dairy when she was breastfeeding because of how it affected her daughter. And then like I did I cut it out when I was, I know because my daughter had a sensitivity to lactose and so, or to dairy. And so that's actually when I switched over to completely almond milk like 10 years ago, and doing all that and stuff. So I don't see why it could hurt. I would ask your doctor about like the supplements and things if you're breastfeeding, but definitely not the actual food program. So let me look. I am so pumped. Like, it's so crazy how pumped I am. Like, because, and I was actually going to write a post today about how, like I was telling you guys, like my workout sucked because my sleep sucked because I had a couple glasses of champagne last night. And again, I don't regret having those glasses of champagne celebrating my friend's 40th birthday that's here for the night, that I'm not gonna be able to celebrate with her. She moved to St. Louis in 3 weeks when she turns 40. I don't regret that part. But the part that I notice, like the way that I felt all day today from having those few glasses of champagne and like sluggish and brain dead and not being able to do my workout well, about a year ago, I like maybe even 7 months ago, 8 months ago, like I felt like that every day, because not only because I was drinking way more, and it was during COVID times, and we can use that excuse as long as we want to, but at some point you got to stop using that excuse. I had to stop using that excuse. And so I felt like that every day, but I thought that was my norm, because I was eating much crappier food, like way more processed stuff. I was drinking more regularly, more nights a week than I wasn't, type thing, even if it was just a few. And I just thought that was the way that I normally felt. Like, I'm in my 40s, I work out, like, but why do I feel so? And now that for the last several months, I've been, clean eating, cut out the processed crap, really cut out alcohol, for over 110 days. Now I know what it feels like to feel good. So today I was like, this sucks. Like, I don't want, and again, one day of not a good workout or not a good sleep, is not going to kill you or kill your progress or your results and your consistency. But I was doing that more consistently than I was feeling good. And so now, so it's just like, I am so excited to truly, like, I know what I feel like when I feel good and I cut out the processed crap. Like, but what if there's foods that I could eliminate or eat less of that are still affecting my body that I could feel even better than I do now. And so anyway, it was just kind of like this epiphany, like, how many people don't know what it feels like to feel good in their own body because they just have accepted where they're at as their norm, you
That's so
know?
funny you say that because like, me and my husband do not eat the same. I'm 5'2", so I constantly am like working, to maintain the shape that I'm in. And if I let myself go, I let myself go. And it's very obvious. My husband is 6'2", and so he burns like his calories like that. So our diets aren't the same, but he even said, like when he eats all week long with me and we're eating healthy in the way that we do, and then he goes and orders a pizza on the weekend, that he feels like crap afterwards. And it was actually kind of cool to see him notice that because you know he's already very thin and in shape, and if you look at him, he looks like he's healthy and in shape. But it was really cool for him to like see like, oh wow, my food really really actually does affect me, no matter kind of like what my body type is or what shape I'm in. It's beneficial for everybody.
Right. Yeah, I love that because it's like, and again, it's not about the number on the scale or what, because what was and I hate even saying that, like the skinny fat, like just because
Mhm.
you're not medically overweight or obese, like whatever, it doesn't mean you can be thin looking and still not be healthy. Like those are two completely
Yeah.
separate things. They're not one and the same. Just because you're smaller framed or you're whatever means you're healthy, or that because you're bigger framed or have, more skin or more roll, that you're not healthy. Like, because all bodies are different. And so I definitely love that he can see, you can, yeah, like those people I want to smack, like they can eat whatever they want, eat crap and not gain a pound, but they also probably feel, like you said, they feel like crap,
Mhm.
you know? And so we've talked a ton about the nutrition, and I ate 50 chips and 25 chocolate nuts. Now I feel like I shit in 3 months pregnant. 50, did you count them one by one? Like you literally counted your, like I thought those serving size things on the back of the bag were just for fun and
Oh,
shits and
too.
giggles. Cause I'm like, who counts out how many, like here's a serving size, 7 chips. Did you count? Anyway, those chocolate acai berries are so good though. They're so good from Costco. Um, so we talked a lot about the nutrition stuff, and I think, and this is why I want to tell you. So the program launches next Tuesday on the 15th. We are not hosting our team group for the gut protocol until April 4th, the first Monday of April. Not only because a lot of us are going to be in the Dominican Republic, so we're not going to start with the gut protocol when we're there. I know, but because we want to make sure that people get their kits in time. They get all the supplements, because this is something where you really do want can you do it without the supplements? And will people probably not want the supplements? Absolutely. They can still do it. But I know for me, I want to do it exactly as it's written. I want to do the program with the supplements and all the things. And so I want to make sure that those that want that get all of the materials. That prep week will definitely be more of an intense prep week where we will all go through the materials together. We will help each other with meal plans and recipes, because it's not like Alex said, which I think is super cool, that some of the portion fix recipes are already gut health protocol approved probably, but because it is different, and like it is crazy how many foods that you will find that have, that's why the more um whole foods that you eat versus processed crap, because if they hide all the stuff in the processed crap, even if it's like gluten free processed crap, you're going to find maybe it's soy or maybe it's something else that you can't have, and then you're screwing your result. You're not getting the full benefit. So that prep week will be much more intense than our normal prep weeks of just like pick your meal plan and pick the time of day you're going to work out. Like it'll be, 'cause I want people, this is a very different program and I want people to be successful. So that will be the last week of March. And then the first week of April, we will start the program. So we, obviously it's going to be the sooner people purchase and get their kits coming to them, the more time they'll have to prepare. But we will have like a 2-week window from when it launches to when we actually start our team group. So tell us about the workout programs. Like I'm super like stoked on the nutrition. Not gonna lie, I'm not super stoked about the workouts. And I know you're like me, like, I mean, I don't know if I'm stoked about the workouts because I really don't know about them. So I'm curious your thoughts, especially you're an Insanity girl, you've done the work, you've done all, 645, like what are these no impact workouts?
Honestly, it was a nice change. It probably wouldn't be a program I would necessarily like go back to, but honestly, if you're a beginner, if you have, just had a baby, or if you've gone through like an injury or something, all like this program will be very good for you. It's not like Autumn's typical programs. I'm doing 21-day extreme right now and I feel like I'm gonna die. This is not like that. It's much more, it's slower, it's more controlled, there's no jumping. And the cast is cool. Like the cast is awesome. They giggle and they do their thing. The workouts are quick, they're nice, they're okay. Like they really are. Like I was more excited for the workouts, but like honestly, I fell in love with the nutrition plan. But the workouts were a nice change, especially maybe even if you're going between like tougher programs, give your body like a little bit of a break, on your joints and everything. But I had a lot of awesome results. I definitely saw lots more muscle tone and things like that. So, I can't chalk it up necessarily to just one thing or the other, but the two of them together worked really well. And I felt strong because you do move slower. So some days you get to lift heavier weights, which is nice. And you don't always feel like, especially as a beginner, I know what it felt like to feel like there's not necessarily a program for me because I can't really do any of them like well. I think this is one that anybody could do really well, honestly.
Okay. And one note, and then I want to ask another question. So just in case you have people that maybe don't want to do the gut protocol, they're not ready, like maybe they're just getting started, they're like, I don't want to start out trying to figure out how to eat with a food elimination program. Like they're just not, that's not their jam. It's totally fine. You can actually, your customers can get just the digital streaming of the workouts without the 4 weeks for everybody, without the gut protocol. So you can just get the workout program. And I think if you get the gut protocol, it comes with the workouts regardless. So, but you can just get the workouts, not the whole gut protocol. And then did she mention like, because again, with the reset, which this is not the ultimate reset, like this is not a cleanse. This is not like to reset your body. Like I mean, you're learning about your body, learning about your gut, but it's very, very different from the ultimate reset. And so with the ultimate reset, because you're cleansing your body, you're not eating as many high calories, you're supposed to do like yoga or walking or something very, very low, low impact everything. And so, I'm curious, did she mention if you wanted to do something other than the 4 weeks for everybody, did she mention like you can do other programs, like it's fine, like it's not like because you're getting plenty of protein and foods, like did she say anything about doing other programs with this?
She didn't necessarily say anything about that, but in the videos when she talks about like kind of what to do next, she talks about like continuing your eating plan exactly how it is, and then moving on to like your next workout program. So I think yes, like you could do it without it. Honestly, I felt great. So I personally like I continue to eat like this, and I'm not doing the 4 weeks for everybody right now, and I feel fine. Everything seems to be working very good. So I would say that you can, pick either one. Maybe if you're first starting and like you've never really worked out much and your diet's not great, maybe pair the two together, just to kind of get all the kick started at the same time. But yeah, I think you totally can do whatever workout program, especially like afterwards, like your next one, just whatever program fits you.
And Lori asked, you're eating meat, right? She asked, are you eating meat?
I am, Lori. So I actually tried, like you probably have seen some of my videos and stuff where I've tried different meats. I tried tofu. I had never had it besides in like Chinese soup before. It's actually really good. Like I really enjoyed it in the air fryer. It was really good. I didn't really notice anything weird about it. I thought it was good. You have to kind of squeeze the water out of it, which that was a little weird at first, but after that, if you season it, it tastes good. You do actually reduce your red meat intake to only once a week. So I wasn't a big red meat eater, but I did pay attention more because every now and then, like, you eat bacon or just what, I don't even know, like pork and then have a steak, like just kind of pay attention because you are only supposed to eat your red meat once a week. And then Kim, I was looking at your question.
Yeah, I was looking in the round table to look at the different, all the different package options to see the digital streaming, if you just did the digital, if it comes with the workouts too. And I'm not seeing it yet. I'm not seeing that it doesn't. I'm just like not finding the one that I want to find to show. Yeah, I'd have to go look in the back office to find out exactly. I'm almost positive that if you buy the gut protocol, but no, I'm not. So let me find that answer, because that's a great question.
I watched one of the trainings, and in the training it says that if you purchase the gut protocol, you get the workouts.
Okay.
So
Even if it's not a TSP though. Because I'm thinking if it's the digital, like if you get the digital streaming only, like because you already have BOD, you already have Shakeology, like if you get the digital streaming gut protocol, if it comes with the 4 weeks for everybody. I think that is the case, but I want to make sure. So I'll look that up, and then Kim, I can message you, but also let the team know. I can't find it right now, and I won't spend a ton of time searching it at the moment. I'm the only one not excited about it. And you know what, Amy, that's okay. You don't have to be excited about it. Like, and this is again, and it's a great point to bring up. So we launch at least 4 programs a year. We launch like many supplements every single year with Beachbody. And I am not excited about Fire and Flow. I'm just not. Like, I love Jericho. I like Elise. I despised Bar Blend. I was not a huge Morning Meltdown fan. Like, so I love the people. I just am not, like, their workouts aren't that. I just wasn't a fan of their programs. Like, I really wasn't. And so it's like, I will try it. I don't know if I will do the whole entire program. I usually end up having FOMO and like, I have to try this out and do it. I tried to do Bar Blend twice, could not finish it, could not, like, and I'm like, I'm okay with this. Like, I gave it a good shot. So we don't have to be excited about every single thing. Again, being a coach is showing up and being 100% authentic. And so, like, I will tell you, Laura was not super, she was like, I'm not even going to do it in April because she has spring break and she's going on a trip. And she was just like, she doesn't like doing this kind of stuff. She doesn't like restricting and doing these types of things. And she's now doing it because she had so much FOMO for us talking about it, even though she's like, I'm going to be honest, my number one reason for doing this was FOMO. And I know I'm going to lose weight because I'm going to be restricting and figuring things out and cutting things out. And she's like, that's kind of that is my reasons, essentially. And so we don't have to be excited about everything. We don't even have to do every program. I didn't like Let's Get Up. I hated it. And yeah, exactly. Everybody loves it. And I'm like, I didn't like it. Like, it's not my jam. And so it's like, that's okay. As long as you're being honest about like the worst thing is to go, I just did Let's Get Up and I loved it. And it was awesome. And I think everybody should do it. Like, I would rather say, I did Let's Get Up. It is not my jam. I did the program. I did the 4 weeks. I went through, the stuff. It's not my jam. I would smile sometimes. It was fun. It was too repetitive for me. I felt like an idiot. And so I was like, but I tried it. I could share it and I could talk about it. And everybody else loved it. So nobody wants to believe. I'm a huge proponent of, you need to freaking try things. Like, I don't listen to reviews. I don't like for movie thing. I'm like, they're not me. They don't know what I like and what I want to do. So you do not have to be excited. You do not have to do the program. You could do the workouts and not the gut protocol. You can watch us all do it and be miserable for 4 weeks, like cutting things out, and then watch how amazing we feel at the end and go, shit, I should have done that. Maybe I will try it. You know, you're also at a very different part in your journey. You're loving the journey right now because you just adopted this amazing new lifestyle. Why like throw a wrench in it right now? You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't have to. I've been down this path for a very long time and really trying to figure out my nutrition and my body. And so it's like, it's a perfect time for me to do this, you know? So yes, Kim.
I did find the verification on the digital 4-week gut protocol, and the digital option does include 4 weeks for everybody.
Perfect.
There's also an option where you could get the 4 weeks for everybody without the gut protocol if you wish.
Thank you so much for I knew it was there. I just didn't want to say for sure until I saw it in writing. But yeah, I figured that was the case. Yeah. It's kind of, I think it's kind of like a freebie with the gut protocol. You get the 4 weeks of work, but then some people that don't want to do the gut protocol can actually pay just to get the workouts. So awesome. Do you guys, I can't believe it's almost 6 o'clock. Any other questions about 4-week gut protocol, like from Alex or her specific experience? Are there any questions about our Snoop group? Anything you can think of right now?
I just want to say, Alex, thank you so much for sharing your experience. And I think of questions later. So do you want us to put them in here in the recording thing for everybody to be able to see follow-up questions, Kelly? Or how would you like us to ask questions going forward?
So after I upload this call and put it in the team page, I would ask so when I upload team call recording, probably on that post so she can see them.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And
this is awesome. I'm so excited about it.
Yeah. Well,
So,
it's funny. I loved
wait.
and I loved your realness that you were like, I actually wasn't excited about being in this test group, and it ended up being like life changing. You know, like, so it's like, I love that because that's real, right? Like I was super excited to do job 1, but then I was like, I was doing it when I was going to be going to Cabo and like and I was like, so it just kind of like, meh. So I love that honesty. Like, you know, I love that honesty. Can you eat at a restaurant? Kim asked, and I think you said it was harder. I think I think it was after you came on, Kim, or maybe
it was just, yeah, it was just a little bit harder. I would just really pay attention. You know, especially if you order like from somewhere you can't necessarily like pick apart kind of and pick exactly. The sugar was the one thing that kind of drew me away from eating out because I didn't know what sugar was going to be in there and added to like everything. But you can, especially, you know, if you just like plan ahead. Like I would just look at the menu ahead of time and just, you know, work it in your plan for that day.
Yeah, so cool.
Amy, thank you. I appreciate it.
I was gonna say something else. I know she's 26 years old, newly married, and I'm like, why did I not learn? When I was 26 years old, I was having a quarter life crisis. I literally called it my quarter life crisis. I was still binging and like I had, you know, crash dieting, working out without no direction. Like, it's like why didn't they have Beachbody when I was 26? And I could have found them. Well, they didn't have social media. Do we have social media? Anyway, it's fine. It's fine.
Beachbody is like the one thing that can like ground me to like the world because like everything else is just too fast and I can't figure it out. But Beachbody, like I know how to work out, I know how to eat healthy, I know how to post about it, like, but yeah, like everything else, this is too much of a whirlwind. So like my health and like my exercise routine and everything is like one thing that I definitely hold like very near and dear to me.
Well, it's in your control, right? So it's the one thing that you have control over right now. And I think that is why you're when I was 26, I had 2 kids. Dang!
And we can share your pictures, right? I think I asked
absolutely. Go for it.
Okay.
I can send some more if you guys want, because I have some more that are a little bit, you know, just some different pictures and stuff, so I can send them to you guys.
And Alex will also be going live. She'll be going live in our Snoop group, sharing her story like she shared with us tonight. So she'll get to share that for all of our people that we bring in, which I think after hearing her story tonight, I cannot wait for her to share it with other people, just exactly like you did tonight. And I mean, just honest, real, you know, you weren't excited, like everything. And then, yeah, just get people in that group. It's going to be, let the group do the work for you. And then we'll all get to do, if you're going to do the gut protocol, we'll all be able to do it together in April, which will be really fun to be miserable too. We won't be miserable. It'll be fine. It'll be great. There was something else that I was going to say, and now I'm totally spaced. Oh,
can I just real quick? Can I just?
Yeah.
Sorry, Rebecca. I heard that you were saying that the revitalize and the optimize, is that what's in the program? So I love how you said it's not the same as the ultimate reset, which I just finished. And I have to say the last 2 weeks have been super tough because it's not really easy to ease back in to regular life. And I have a feeling this is going to be awesome because you can eat. I loved those supplements. And I was kind of wondering, like, how do I go back and implement those and still try to get back into and find out elimination, like food eliminations, because I'm having issues already. And I'm only on week 2 of after finishing that. So I'm super excited to implement the supplements. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that if you have somebody who's like hesitant about the supplements, I would just strongly encourage them to at least give it a shot. And if it doesn't work out, they could always return it. Always use our return policy back. But I'm super excited for you to say that I haven't seen a lot of the info that comes with it, but those supplements, because I really felt really good with those two. So I'm excited. Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you. No, yeah, the supplements were awesome. And like, if anybody's ever weird about them, I would literally just tell them that they're digestive enzymes. There's probiotics, prebiotics, like all the good things that your tummy needs. It's not like a weight loss pill. It's nothing crazy. Like, it's definitely just all good things inside of it.
I will say that, and again, all of this will be shared in the soup group, like all the different package options. I will also share them on our team page so you can see them before waiting till they're in the team page. But there's total solution packs like there always is. There's completion packs that can earn you success club points if they're new customers or haven't purchased in the last 6 months. What's really cool is they've also created, so let's say you have a customer that already has BOD, already has vegan Shakeology, because it has to be vegan for this gut protocol. They already have all those things on auto ship, but they want the supplements and the digital, they just want the digital gut protocol and then the supplements. The 2 supplements on Home Direct are going to give you 2 Success Club points. So that's a new way to earn Success Club points. Yeah, that's not normal because they don't have a pack that's just like with the and it's like, I think they said it's like 160, like the digital and then just the bundle, the 2 supplements bundled, it will give you two Success Club points plus that's all they need. Like that's what I'm going to get because I don't need Shakeology and I don't need another BOD. Like I have BOD. So I'm assuming that's what I'm going to be selling most of is the digital packaging or digital program and the 2 supplements because if they have everything else. There is a pack. So there is a Shakeology Total Solution Pack without the supplement. So there's Autumn's Choice that has everything. Beachbody On Demand, the program, for a new customer. And then there's an Autumn's Choice that has the supplements, the Shakeology, and the program. And then there's also just a regular Total Solution Pack that is the program and Shakeology without the supplement. So there is an option if people are just like, no. And I will say this, and I would not put this out there unless somebody is just like, they're from Canada, because Canada is some of the other countries that we operate in because they cannot get our supplements in Canada. So they had to go out and find something like a generic from a store that meets the same requirements as the Optimize and the Revitalize. And so like I have a graphic that shows like what they can go to the store and buy. We're a business. Like I would definitely for people that are in the United States, I would definitely share our products, the things that we have to offer. And if they ask you like, can I not get this in a store? Don't lie. I mean, but, or maybe they're like, I'm buying the Shakeology in the pack, but I want to cut costs. So can I get these anywhere else? Yeah. I mean, like, I'm just saying, like, we run a business. We're not just here to, we run a business, but we also want to help people. We know that our stuff is just as good, if not better, than stuff that's in the stores. So the information is there. We can provide it to them if they are super against it. But don't tell me you're against supplements from Beachbody and then go buy the same damn thing at a store. Like if it's a cost effective thing, I mean, those definitely, I'm sure they're probably cheaper. I will say that the supplements that you're getting with this pack are also different from the Ultimate Reset, because the Ultimate Reset was only for 21 days. And this is a 4-week program. So it costs more for the bundle because it's more supply. You're getting more supply of both of the supplements. So anyway, all those packs, I will share with you all the information in our team page so you can kind of see. But like I said, I think I will be selling the most the supplement bundle and the gut protocol. And that is just fine. That is just fine. Yeah, Lori.
Can I ask a question? So on the supplements, if you get protocol supplements after the 4-week,
I'm
is
sorry,
that gonna,
it cut out.
if you want to purchase the supplements after you do the 4 weeks, is that going to be available as ongoing?
So now they're rebranded for Gut Protocol versus because they're in different quantities. So like you're getting a bottle for 30 days versus 21 days. And yes, it's something you can get on HD. It will be available, just like Optimize and Revitalize is already available right now. But it's in the reset quantities. It hasn't launched yet in the Gut Protocol quantities. So it will on Tuesday. Yep. And those are things you can take all the time. It's not just when you're doing Gut Protocol or the Ultimate Reset. Just most people, they don't. They're like, oh, I don't need that after I'm, done with that program or whatever. Yes, and so the supplements are available for purchase standalone. Yep. I think, yeah. Anything? Oh, I know. I was gonna do a picture. I knew that. I knew I was gonna do a picture. What am I doing? Why am I going? I went into my.
I love that. I knew that's what Lori was saying. Look at me learning something.
You became a Beachbody coach and you learned sign language.
Yes.
All right. Where did Kisa go? Kisa's gone. I feel like she was on here at one point. Oh wait, here, let me do my boomerang. Okay, ready? 1, 1, 2, 3. I was trying to figure out what Kim was doing. I'm like, is she talking to me? But she was doing it for the boomerang. I was like, is she talking to me, but she's muted. Like, is she trying to say something? So thank you so much, Alex. I am so much more excited about this program just after listening to your story. And I get to hug her in a couple of weeks in Punta Cana. Like, I've never met this woman in real life. And yet in 2.5 weeks, we're meeting in the Dominican Republic and she's sharing a bed with me for a week. No, actually, I don't know. Like, but it's gonna be fun. We're gonna have a blast.
I'm so excited.
To share a bed with me. I know.
Yes, that too.
Anyway, so please do not hesitate to reach out with questions about any of this stuff. Start inviting your face off for the hype group. Again, this is the easiest invite because it's literally just, do you want to join? It can be as simple as, I'm actually I'm interested in my gut health, like we're something better than that, but like, I'm not good at these off the, hey, I'm going to be running a gut health protocol group or a gut health group in April. I'm super stoked to learn about gut health. I really don't know anything about it. I know it's going to be kind of hard because you have to eliminate food groups and whatever. I would love it if you, I'm hosting an info group or to share about the program. You could say we're all going to learn about poop, and then do you want to join my hype group? Something that was really bad, but I could give it a better one. But yes, and you message Alex. She is amazing, and she will definitely get back to you. And like I said, she's going live in our hype group again. So if you want to hear her story, again, jump on there, be in that group, get in the group yourself now, and then start inviting your face off to the group. Okay. All right, ladies, I'll talk to you later. Bye. Oops.